guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl, Imani Bailey, and today I'm back with another video. And this is a follow-up from my video that I made 2 years ago, the what they don't tell you about eyelash extensions. This is what they don't tell you about microblading, because y'all know I kept it real in that video. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and click down below. The video's down below. It teaches you everything you need to know, stuff that they don't tell you about eyelash extensions.
See when I ride a bumble.
It's fake kills.
One time.
Yeah. Standard.
Baby. One time. It's got to be. Lego. Passing the prime. Them girls, them I come, them I feel alive.
If you are a person like me and you don't like eyelash extensions, I got them on now. I tried to give another chance. They just were not for me. I do sell my own lashes. They are handmade. They are full mink lashes. You can get 30 wears out of them as long as you don't get drunk and forget them. You can get up to 30 wears out of my lashes, and I'm having a sale. My website will be linked down below as well. Now, with all that aside, we're gonna get into the video. So I got my eyebrows microbladed. I want to say it's been about 2 weeks now. I did not fill in my brows or anything, so this is how my brows look. So this is how my brows look like now. Pay no attention to my eyelashes. They're looking a little crazy. Not filled in or anything. This is the microblading. If anyone who's watching this video doesn't know what microblading is basically a semi-permanent way to fill in your brows. If you know me, you know I barely had eyebrows. Like, sis didn't have eyebrows. Like, sis did not have eyebrows. And so it's basically like a tattoo form of eyebrows. It can last up to 2 years. So what you do is go in for the microblading, and it's a tattoo that does not go as deep under as many layers of skin as a regular tattoo. So if you have a regular tattoo, you know tattoos are permanent. Of course, you can get them removed or laser removed, but tattoos for the most part are permanent. They go through many layers of skin. Now, microblading is not going to go through the same layers of skin. However, it's still going to last you up to 2 years. It's still a form of tattoo. So you're still breaking the skin. It's still needles. It's not like an electric like tattoo needle, but it's a it literally looks like a pen. So that's what microblading is. If you're someone like me and you barely have eyebrows, sis, and you just want to get up and go and not filling your eyebrows like that, microblading is something that is for you. Micro shading is also something for you as well. There are two differences. I can make a whole other video about that. Now, the first thing they don't tell you about microblading that I found out when I was laying down getting it done, it does take up to 2 hours to 3 hours to get it done. Now, that is something that's easily Googleable. Is that a word? Googleable? You can easily Google? Okay. Okay, sis, like, you're doing too much. But yeah, it can take 2 to 3 hours to get it done. And if you're dealing with someone new, it might take more than that. So if you're thinking about getting microblading, definitely you want to have time out and chalk a time out to where you don't have something to do and you're like, sis, hurry up with my brows, because sis cannot hurry, okay? So it takes 2 to 3 hours. It has a sound. The next thing, it has a sound to it. Yes, you've heard me correctly. It has a sound to it. Microblading is cutting the skin. The pin to the microblading is not electric like a regular tattoo pin. However, when you cut the skin, you hear a noise, and it might bother some people, because it kind of bothered me at first. I was like, you literally hear someone cutting your skin. It sounds like oh my gosh, it sounds like breaking of the skin. This is something that they would never tell. I did not know that until I was getting it done. I mean, breaking, sis. So you just might want to keep that in mind. I started to wear AirPods once it got like maybe 20 to 30 minutes in. I was like, let me just wear some AirPods, because I got too much going on. I ain't like this. The third thing we're gonna talk about, actually gonna move that to the fourth thing. I did write down some notes. So one thing I do want to say is wash your hair before you go. If you don't take anything from this video, please take that. Wash your hair before you go, unless you're a Caucasian sister who is watching this video, because I know y'all have to wash your hair like every day, every other day. Wash your hair before and go, and then try to skip a day with washing your hair and use your dry shampoo. If you are a sister of color, you know, we wash our hair weekly. Just make sure you wash your hair before you're going. You don't want to, because afterwards your brows can't touch water and you can't work out for 7 days, and that's leading into the next thing. So it can't touch water for 7 days and you can't work out for 7 days, i.e. you can't sweat for 7 days. So my recommendation, if you need to wash your hair, it's very hard to wash your hair without water getting on your brows. And I didn't think about this. This was not something that I thought about when I went through. And you cannot work out. Keep that in mind. You cannot work out for 7 days. I also recommend something that I wish somebody would have told me was, sis, get your microblading in the fall or the winter if you live in some place that's really hot. If you don't live in some place that's really hot, then any means, you know, you're good. But if you live in like Georgia, you can't work out because you can't sweat. And y'all know anything about Atlanta heat, Georgia heat. It's very hot, it's very humid. Anytime my body would overheat, I didn't work out, of course, for 7 days, but even stepping outside, anytime my body would overheat and I started to sweat, my brows would burn. Like they literally would burn. Like I was like, my brows are burning. My brows are burning. That goes the same thing as if you take really, really hot showers, ladies. Like I take really, 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 really hot showers. I mean, burn your skin hot. Like my boyfriend's like, yo, this is too hot. You take really hot showers, you might want to take it a little faster than normal because the steam will hit your brows and the steam will burn your brows. Your brows will burn. I noticed, I'm not sure if this is a proven fact, but I definitely want to go ahead and mention this in the video. If you have oily skin, like I have oily skin, I have very oily skin. Wearing makeup does my skin justice with my setting powders, with my foundation, with my setting sprays. When I don't wear makeup, my skin is at its oiliest. It's that oily. When you have microblading and you have oily skin, I've noticed with my skin produced more oil. As the healing process was going on, my skin was producing more and more and more oil, to the point where I would get up from a nap or from sleeping and it literally looked like I was running a whole track meet. Like my whole forehead was like it was like sweating. Like I was like, sis, I'm sweating. And I did read that because the pigmentation from the microblading, like I said, it was a tattoo earlier, oily skin tends to not last as long with microblading because of our oil production. Something about, because it doesn't go as deep as a regular tattoo, it's a temporary tattoo. It lasts up to 2 years. A person who has oily skin versus a person that has dry skin, a dry skin person, their microblading is going to last longer than an oily skin person. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Another thing, we're gonna talk about this healing process. Now, I've gotten on the video and I definitely will zoom in on my brows. You can't really tell, but be prepared. You are going to look crazy. Like, you're going to look crazy. I thought it was cute. Like, oh, I'm just gonna get microblading. I didn't wash my hair before. I had plans. Like, I went to go see my significant other. I was like, we're gonna go out on dates. We're gonna do this. We're gonna work out together. I couldn't work out together. And then my brows, as they were healing, I am going to insert the photo of the healing process. It takes up to 14 days. It could be longer for your brows to heal. Now, the first 7 days you cannot get into water and you cannot work out. You should not be sweating for the first 7 days. Do not put any Vaseline on your brows because it can make them fade. If your microblading artist is telling you to put Vaseline on your brows, run for the hill. Like, they're not a good artist. Now, the other 7 days, which is something they don't tell you about, your brows are going to get dark. So the first day, you're gonna love your brows. They're gonna look, ooh, this is perfect, this is nice. The second day, you're gonna wake up and your brows are gonna get a little darker than they were from yesterday. You might not even notice. By the third day, your brows are going to be super, super, super dark. The fourth day, they're gonna get darker. The fifth day, they're gonna get darker. The 6th day, they're gonna get darker. Now the 7th day, this is when stuff gets a little interesting. This is where I was like, yo, I'm looking crazy. Your brows are going to start to scab up and they're going to start to peel. Yes, they're going to start to peel, and when they peel, you can't peel it off, you can't touch it. They're going to itch as they're healing. It's literally like a tattoo. They're going to itch. Don't get hot because they're going to itch even more. And as they start to peel, they peel off on their own. So of course you're walking around with peeling brows and you will look crazy. Point blank period. And as they peel, some parts are going to fall off. And so at one point in time, the front of my brow fell off. The back was still peeling, so the back was still dark and peeling. The front fell off and it looked like the microblading was gone. So I literally had a brow that was like this. And I was supposed to be going out on a date. Lord have mercy. Now, I wouldn't recommend this because you're not supposed to mess with your brows. However, sis had to do what sis had to do. So I took one of these. I took my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil and the color, this is dark brown. So I took my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil in the color dark brown and I literally just gently filled in my eyebrow. I had to, like, if the girls were watching this video who microbladed, she's gonna be like, yo, Imani, what the heck? Like, why did you do that? Sis could not go anywhere with no brow, okay? I was looking crazy. So yeah, if you die hard, I do not recommend. I'm just telling y'all what I did. If you really have somewhere that you have to be that is of importance, if you have a job interview, if you don't want to risk looking that crazy, just go ahead and fill in that brow, sis. Like, it's, yeah. Another thing, they may look bald at the beginning from the healing process and they start to get their color back. So when I said like half of it fell off and it looked like my microblading disappeared, I was very worried. I was like, yo, what happened? Like, it's gone, sis. Like, I still have no eyebrows. But the color and the pigment started to come back. My brows are not all the way healed. They're almost healed. And the last thing I just wanted to touch on, a touch-up. So once your brows heal, in 4 to 6 weeks, you have to go to your microblading artist and she will do a touch-up, because sometimes it will heal, there will be like little gaps or some places darker than others just from healing, and the brow blading artist will definitely touch it up. One thing I do want to say, so make sure you get your touch-up. I don't have my touch-up yet. It hasn't been 4 to 6 weeks. It's been like 2 weeks. So in 4 to 6 weeks, I will be going back to get a touch-up. And then after that, your brows could last you up to 2 years. Now, most microblading artists do say a year. So yeah, I hope y'all find this video helpful. Something else that I wish they told me about: the numbing gel for the brows. It definitely helped. Now, the pain on a scale of 1 to 10 was a lot lower than I expected it to be. I was very afraid. I don't like brow pain. I don't like pain on my face. Like, I haven't got my eyebrows threaded or waxed in so long because I really didn't have any. So I'm not used to pain on my eyebrows, and I was very worried about that. However, it was not as I thought it would be. I sat with the numbing cream before she even started on my brows for 45 minutes. It probably was longer than that, probably like 50 minutes before she even started. So once she did start, I honestly did not feel it. Like, I did not feel it at all. I didn't feel it once. So she did like, I think 4 passes or 3 passes. Like, she did one brow and then the other, and then put some more numbing cream as she was doing this one, and then she finished this one, put some more numbing cream as she did this one. So she did that about like 3 times. I think it was 3. I can't remember, either 3 or 4 times she did. But as she was continuing to go, that's when it started to, like, I think that's when my skin was getting irritated, and that's when I started to feel it. That last pass that she did, I was like, okay, sis, like, I need some more numbing cream. And she, you know, she had to stop a little bit and just wait and give me some more numbing cream. So I just want to say, always be vocal with your microblading artist. If you ever feel uncomfortable, just tell them, hey, can I have some more numbing cream, or can we just, you know, can I have some more numbing cream please, because this is hurting. It's hurting me. So yeah, like as the time was progressing, it was starting to hurt, and I did not think that. Nobody ever told me that, sis, but here I am to share the tea with y'all. Here I am to share the tea. If y'all have any questions, of course you can put them down below. Of course, like, subscribe, comment. I love you guys so much, and like I always say, I've been doing good this entire video. And like I always say, stay true to yourselves. Bye.